feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my Peters and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So today is November 2022 midterm tower reading. This is the final update. This is the last time I will do this specifically for November 2022 because we are at the final end. After 2 years of from start to finish, we're gonna see if the cards are able to tell us the energies of the current trajectory and the path forward for the country. And then we're going to do some internal analyzation and equations, trying to understand why we were wrong or why we were right and stuff like that. And, we also have to take into equation of the full moon effect as well. So that may also just may affect the result. Maybe potentially if the moon wasn't there, maybe the result that we're seeing and getting might be a Democratic victory, but the moon might be not hiding the Republican one. So it'll be really interesting to see how the result is going to play out for the midterm. I still believe the Democrats are going to win, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to play. So specifically for this video, everything is timestamped in the description. Feel free to jump around in the video. I really recommend you do not, because this is the last one. So definitely enjoy it while you still can. And then we will be starting the 2024 election soon, and we'll be reading on that, following it up for the next 2 years. So definitely take note of that. That will be happening this month. But anyway, let's get right into it. There is a spoiler, so if you have not watched my 2022 midterm Senate reading for the energy to kind of see what state it's going to go, I highly recommend, if you're planning on watching it, watch that video first before you watch it, because this is a spoiler, just so you know. Okay, so let's begin. This video is being recorded on November 6, 2022 at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see the current news cycle on Google. Yes, I am Southern. I don't know why, so I'm just going to go with it. There's some quick disclaimers on your screen right now. Feel free to read them on your own time. Again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only, and for educational purposes only as well. And here are some last-minute disclaimers. FYI, I just wanted to let you guys know that we will be releasing a video right before the midterm of me taking all the data and averaging them all out, and I will actually release the final result on what I believe is going to win according to the data. So it'll be really interesting to see who's going to win. All right. So quickly before we do start, I just want to quickly say that if you guys scroll down to the bottom of my page here, we have the upcoming live. If you go to the 2022 midterm election live watch party with MSNBC's channel, definitely hit the notification button so you guys can be notified when I will be going live for this. We'll be going live on November 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be playing MSNBC in the background with some very special guests in the video. So I highly recommend you come join us instead of you sitting around watching the actual thing yourself and stressing out. Why not come join us and kind of wind down and relax? So this is the result of what we got for the previous video. I don't know where all these ads are showing up for, but this is what we got. So we saw a 51-49 Republican Senate for 2022 in terms of results. Now, it's very interesting because we had like some swing states go Republican, some swing states go Democrat, and then we had like states that like Illinois, New York, we had Missouri, Iowa, which were really competitive, even though they were not on the radar, including Washington. So it was really interesting to really see how this was playing out. Now, again, this is just showing here the competitiveness and what political party, in terms of energy-wise, is on. So right now, as of right now, with all the votes counting in the states that I covered, that is where the energy is. Does not mean that those people are going to win. It's just saying, as of now, if the trend continue, this is who we see as victorious. Again, the people who have not voted on November 8th are not accounted into this equation because the energy is not yet completed. So just keep that in mind, that these winners are not official, and that these are just at the moment of when I did that video, when the election if the election was held that day at that specific time, these are the people we will win. We'll have a Democratic Senate. Okay, so, oops, remove that. And so here is the actual results. Going back and kind of following through what we got in the past 2 years, we had, the Democrats majority leading in the popular vote here. The last time we left off was October 22, and we had a 54.5% over the Republicans, 45.5% overall in terms of popular vote. We had the Democrats ahead by 4.5% in the popular vote. Now, in terms of the U.S. Senate, though, we had the U.S. Senate tightening and then widening a little bit in October. So we have 55 for the Democrats and 45 for the Republicans. We have the Democratic victory, and that has been continuing with the trend since August. The question is, are they going to continue again? And if so, that's pretty good sign for the Democrats. Now, as for the House of Representatives, the same story is true. The Republicans led for an entire year straight in the House of Representatives, and then come August, after the year has been completed, the Democrats started taking the reins again, and they have continued since. The question is, will they finally be able to continue this one last time, or will the Republicans take the House back? According to this reading, doesn't mean they're going to be projected winner, but as of right now, who's going to win? So that's what we're going to find out in this video. And at the end of the video, we're going to talk about some other thing, the other event that's going to take place or occur during the midterm election. So it'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen. So let's get right into it, shall we? So, first question is, what party is more popular, Republican or Democrat? Okay, Spirit Angels, tell me what political party is more popular, Republican or Democrat? So we have the Democrats on the left, Spirit, and they are represented in the color blue. We have Republicans on the on the right, and they are represented in red. Okay, so if it's upright, the Democrats increase their popular vote margin. If it's reversed, the Democrats decrease their popular vote margin. Same thing goes to the Republicans. Okay, one card for the Democrats, please, in terms of the popular. Are they more popular than the Republicans or less popular? Who's leading the popular vote? Okay, Spirit Angels, tell me, are the Republicans more popular than the Democrats, or are the Democrats more popular than the Republicans? One card for the Republican Party, please. Okay, they had others, but we're just going to take the first card that popped up. So this is a 9, but it's reversed. So since you kind of can't minus a 9 from an 8, we're going to ask for more card. Clarification, please, for the Republican Party popular vote margin against the Democrats. Are they higher than 8 or lower than 8? Are they higher than 8 or lower than 8 for the Republican Party popularity against the Democrats? Okay. 7, the Democrats are ahead. They increased their popular vote margin by 1%. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this up on your screen right now. Okay, so this is how I do this. So the way I do this is I guess it doesn't go to full screen anymore. That's weird. But anyway, besides the point. So what we would do is we would add, okay, so the 8 minus 7, once the Democrats got an 8, the Republicans got a 7, you minus 8 minus 7, that's 1%, right, in terms of popular vote. So now, if you were to take the popular vote margin, which is 1%, you increase that, you divide that by 2. But in order to take a percentage and have a full percentage without accidentally increasing more, you want to make sure you divide that by 2, because you're taking half from the Republicans and you put it into the Democrats to increase that 1%. So what we're going to do is the Democrats are going to be at 55, and the Republicans are going to be at 45. And we are going to project the Democrats are going to continue the trend once again and win the popular vote, and they're going to win that by 5%. So that's what we see for the Democrats. We have here, it looks like the Democrats have a little bit of momentum going their way. You can kind of see that in the polls probably if you look at it, or you might start to see that start to pick up right before election day, that the polls are starting to tip back up for the Democrats, which is a good sign. Not sure if that is true on the polling scale, but that's what I'm just saying, that the momentum seems to be on the side of the Democrats again. So they seem to be on par. we're continuing the popularity. And so the first time that we're having a 5% was the last time they had that was back in September. So they're continuing to trend back. Whereas after all the information that came out earlier in this month, last month. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to move on to the U.S. Senate. Who will win the 2022 U.S. Senate? So let's take a look at the results here. The last time we had a Republican victory was back in July, and the Republicans had a 56 to 44 Democrats. Ever since then, the Democrats had took a hold from 61 to 53 to 55. Question is, what are the Democrats going to get today? So we're going to use my personal tower deck, and after we get the different cards, what we're going to do is we're going to take the results here, which is 51-49. So the Democrats are going to get the 51, the Republicans are going to get the 49. And we're going to add that and average all the numbers out. I'll show you how I do that in a moment. Let's do this. Then, yes, I will be releasing the final data soon, sometime before the election. So, Spears Andrew, tell me who will win the U.S. The United States House of Representatives. House. Oh my God. Spears Andrew, tell me who will win the 2022 U.S. Senate during the midterm. Democrat or Republican? They tell me flip the deck. Okay. Who's going to win the U.S. Senate, Spears and Angel? Democrat or Republican? With all the energy and everything just fully decided, who's going to win the U.S. 2022 U.S. Senate? Republican or Democrat? And if so, by how much or how little? Hi, Spirit Sandler, come on. I need a card. Who's going to win the U.S. Senate? Okay, so we have the news media, and then we have woke culture. That's the challenge to this. Who's going to win the U.S. Senate? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to break it. How many numbers, Spirit? 4? Okay. Okay, that's not really good. Okay. I'm going to break this up into 4. Okay, they tell me to take one card of each and flip it. Okay. Okay. Now they told me to flip this deck, and whatever one has the answer is going to tell us who's going to win the Senate. Okay, none of them even have it. Okay, yeah, we have swing state. Texas is going to be close. It's going to be a swing state. So that means Beto O'Rourke might win. So we have former president here. We have normal turnout. Normal turnout. We have former president here. We have swing state the size. And then we have unsolved mysteries. Right? And we have voting rights. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle this and try again. We're going to keep it here. We're going to keep this results here, though. Okay, so we have imprisonment and electoral college. So I feel like they're going to challenge the electoral college. They're going to challenge the result of some of these senators and representatives. They're going to say, well, these illegitimate. It feels like it might be the Republicans who are saying this. So, Spirit Angel, tell me who will win the 2022 U.S. Senate? Will it be Democrats or the Republican Party when everything is said and done? Who's going to have the majority in the U.S. Senate? Democrat or Republican? Okay. Okay, we have women's rights here. We have the top card here. We have Democrat lose. Republicans lose. Yeah. So it's the Republicans are losing. And it makes sense though because we have women's rights pop up. And they fell right on a 50-50 Senate. So the women's rights are going to keep the Senate competitive. What seems to be on par with what we're already getting. We have 56-44. And yeah, so we don't have any more. We also have another 50-50 Senate. So we'll flip that over. We'll use that. We have economic boom, but it's reversed. and so it's economic crash. So the economy is pretty bad. I think everybody knows that already. That's not an explanation. That's not something that needs to be said. We do have Ohio. Ohio is a swing state, so Senate, like we said, Ohio is very competitive. And we also have young voters. They are coming out to vote on bigger numbers, so they're going to be creating a new block. Spiros Angel, timing for the U.S. Senate. Can we get an average of what the U.S. Senate election was held today, or what election was held on November 8th? What would the margin be for the Democratic victory? Give me 2 cards. Okay. So we have social media giants, right? It's reversed, and we have very low enthusiasm for the Republican. So I feel like in a way, the Republican talking point of election fraud is actually going to end up hurting them, and that's particularly because they don't trust the voting polls, so they're not going to come out as big of a margin as they're expecting. So why would they vote if they got being constantly told that the election is rigged? So what's the point, right? We have a positive leader. Republican leaned. It reversed. It tells me it does not lean Republican. So the confirmation of the Democrats are actually ahead in the Senate, or at least projected to win. So it's continuing the trend. So regardless, the Democrats are winning. Question is by how much. Okay, that's it. We're not going to name more cards after this. Okay. Yeah, so we have the challenge to the women's rights, what the challenge is the housing industry, the housing collapse. And then we have a Democratic president. Then we have here Republican hold that popped out. And that was here. So the thing is who's going to win the 2022 U.S. Senate? It says the Republican hold, but the Republicans do not hold the Senate. So what are they holding on to? Maybe they're going to hold on to the same amount of seats, which probably tells me and indicated it's going to be a 50-50 type of situation. So we're going to find out right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the average because we know the highest number is going to apply to the Democrat and the lowest number is going to apply to the Republican. So what we have here, we have a 50-50. We have 2 of these cards. And then we have a 56-44 Senate. Right, so the 56 will be for the Democrat and 44 will be for the Republican. And then we also have here, we have the 51 for the Democrat and 49 for the Republican. And that is what we're going to do. So we're going to add them all up. So we're going to add up 4 total. I'm going to divide the total number by 4. And that will be the average for the Democrat and the average for the Republican. Okay, so we have 50 plus 50 plus 56 plus 51. So you should get 207. Divide that by 4, and you get 51.75. So if you were to go on your screen right now, you can look right here. So for the Democrats here, we have 51. Well, actually 51.7. Should I round it up to 52? They told me, yeah. So we're going to round it up. So the Democrats are losing seats, but they're still going to maintain control of the U.S. Senate. So we can project this Democratic victory in the in the U.S. Senate. So we can project that. Okay. The Republicans, though, let's take a look. So the Republicans, we're going to do 50 plus 50 plus 44 plus 49 for the other map. You should get 193, and you can divide that by 4. You should get 48.25. So we're going to go right in here, and we are just going to leave it at 48. Okay, yep, right. It's 48 minus 48 minus 100. Yeah, so that's 52. So it's perfect. Yep. So we're also projecting that the Senate is going to get tight closer, but we're also going to project in the end the Democrats are still going to maintain control of the U.S. Senate just by the 2 extra Senate seats, which is exactly what the Senate needs for the Democrats in order to kind of bypass Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema. Okay, so we're going to talk about the U.S. House now. So what we have here, the last time the Republicans were winning, at least on the tower cards aspect, we had the Republicans taking the House back in July of 2022. But ever since then, the Democrats were able to maintain the streak 3 times in a row, and the Republicans were able to maintain control for the majority of the year, from September 21st all the way till July 22nd. Ever since then, the Democrats were able to take that back. The question is, will the Democrats continue that trend for one last time? So that's what we're going to find out right now. All right. So, Spiritual Angel, tell me who won the 2022 U.S. House of Representatives? When everything is all said and done on November 8th, who's going to end up winning and becoming victorious in the U.S. House of Representatives? Okay, so we have lean Democrats. So we're going to say the House of Representatives is still going to go to the Democrats. So the Democrats are going to continue this trend here. Okay, now that we know the Democrats are going to maintain control of the U.S. House of Representatives period on election day, can you please tell me by how big of a margin would the Democrats have in the House of Representatives on average? Give me as many cards you think as is needed. Okay. They told me to flip it, so we're going to flip it. How big of a margin will the Democrats win in the House of Representatives? We know that this was upright before it flipped again. High Spirit and Angel. Can you please give me a margin? Give me a couple averages here. That would be great. For the U.S. House of Representatives, how big of a margin will the Democrats get in the House of Representatives? Okay, we have another Democrats hold. That's the challenge here. Okay, we'll take it. I'm not gonna. Okay, yeah. So we have a lot of cards here. We have lean Democrat. We have Democrat hold. We have lean Democrat again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it's at the Congress here. Okay, we have foreign policy. I heard that there are deals with the voters. So the voters are making deals with politicians, basically saying that, hey, I'll elect you in, but you have to follow through or I won't elect you again. And I also hear shady deals as well for other politicians who are doing backstabbing to people. We have faith, worship, God, corral and freedom, regional and time dominant, the end of certain time dominant, and corral and freedom is not going to go well for the party that is trying to take away freedom. We have 217 to 225 seats, right? This is the dark margin needed in order to win the House of Representatives. We have monopoly here, pro-capitalism, Rockefeller and Carnegie. Definitely expect in a way that, like capitalists, like, Elon Musk to be playing a big role in this aspect, in this religion, especially in the House of Representative results. We do have the 0 to 110 seats in the House of Representatives. I never got this card before, so it's going to be really interesting. So the Republicans will get a 0, actually. And the Democrats will get 110. That's a pretty low margin, a low bar here. We have the president seat up for grabs, what tells me that Congress is up for grabs, which is why, we're going to kind of see automatically, okay, Democrat seats are ahead. The Democrats are ahead in the House of Representatives. So far, the Republicans haven't gained a seat yet. And this is kind of like foreshadowing election night. We do have here the card that is reversed. We have Minority Leader. We have Nancy Pelosi, but we have the Minority Leader reversed. And it tells me here, it feels like Kevin McCarthy might maintain himself as Minority Leader for another 2 years. We do have understanding time, realities being warped. and the Mandela effects, they're going to try to avoid people's conception of time and understanding. Right? We do have 217 to 225. Oh, I showed you this. We have a Republican flip. I don't think it's going to flip. It's very unlikely. But we do have the Congress is undecided, which means that it is going to, there's going to be a time where, it goes Democrat, Republican, Democrat. It almost feels like the results are like so close that almost like it's very hard for like the media to make a clear projection on who's going to win. And we have here the potentiality of a civil war, the threat of one. When I say civil war, I don't mean it physically. I just mean that people are threatening because this is exactly what they want. We have this card in reverse, the withdrawal, accusing people of things that aren't really true. It is followed here by the reverse electoral margin here, which is 306 to 430 seats. And we have low turnout. Doesn't mean it's going to be actual low turnout. I just want to make sure that it's clear. But it might be lower turnout in a certain district or region where, the vote wouldn't make a difference, so to speak, even though it would. So we're going to have the cards here. So the only cards we have are three. So we have for the Democrats are going to be at 225, 110, and 430. That's a big swing in terms of three different margins. So that's a big average there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add up 110 plus 225. You can do this along with me if you like. Plus 430. And you're going to divide that by 3 because there's 3 cards total. And the average for that is 255. They're not going to win 255 seats. Just so you know that. What they're going to do is they're going to, what's it called? It's going to average out. So what I do is I add up all the numbers and I average them out by how many months I did this. And that would be the global average. That would be the average for, the year, and that would be my projection. So I will do a separate video for that, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we have 255 for the Democrats. Now for the Republicans, we have 0 plus 217 plus 306. Now it's 523. So I'm going to divide this by 3 and see what happens. If I get some weird number, I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay, so we got 174. That's fine. 174. I didn't even write this right. 174. I'm just curious though. 174 minus 438, 263. So, they could increase their margin a little bit. So if that were true, 263 minus 255, which we got. We're going, that was too long. Okay, yeah, 266. So 174 plus 255 minus 438. 9 seats. So 9 seats are up for grab. Which we don't know what way they're going to go. They can go to the Republicans or the Democrats. But either way, we're going to project in the month of November that the Democrats are going to be projected to win the House of Representatives nonetheless. So that's what we are projecting. So that is good news here. You can see that on your screen. Some video, isn't it, right? I'm going to also do the governor's election. I'm doing this all back to back at in the AM because there is no other time for me to do this video. I literally work 2 jobs. So I'm trying to get as many videos out as possible for you guys. So just definitely engage because I am trying my best. So, yeah. So let's just ask the cards in general. What do we need to know or expect from the 2022 midterm? Is there any surprises that we should be aware of? Anything like that? So Spirit Angels tell me, is there anything that we should be aware of or anything that we need to know about the 2022 midterm election? Like anything major that's going to happen? All right, so here's what I was told. So I was just told in my right ear right now that something big well, they basically said and asked him is that it's not our time right now to worry about what is going to happen and just allow it to happen naturally. So what we're going to do is we'll honor that when I'm going to answer the question. But we're just going to allow whatever happens just to happen. Right? We'll take it one step at a time. And you guys can go check out my other videos for the last 2 years and let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below who you think is going to win the House of Representatives, the U.S. Senate, and overall the midterm. I'm excited to see what you guys think. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.